Okay, looking down inside the drink section, you'll notice that we have enough cans now that have activated the sold out switch. You'll notice right here on this selection, there's the sold out switch right there. And since the cans are this far forward, not enough cans to activate the sold out switch, this selection here would be considered sold out. So you have to have enough cans to activate this switch right here. Okay. Alright, so now once that we've got enough cans here to activate, we've got our selections filled up. The way that this unit works is the drive motor is connected to a coil assembly that in turn turns and releases the first can, capturing this can behind it and holds it in place. Each one of these drive motors is connected through one harness. Now what we're going to do is we're going to test vend the selection so you can see how it operates. Let's zoom in here too. Okay. Now I'm going to put it in the service mode. And then I'm going to scroll down to test. Selection, and we're going to select D2, and you'll see D2 vend, and thus delivering one drink. Let's do that again. You can watch D2 as it. Notice how the motor turns, turning the auger, and then releasing the drink. Now to remove the motor assembly here, all we simply have to do is unplug the motor from the harness, snap right on top, the little tab down. This is going to disengage the motor from the auger assembly. We can then actually turn the auger assembly by hand if we wanted to empty out the selection. And so on. And then this will turn freely. So if you ever had a binding problem or you were concerned that something was twerking on your motor, just not binding, once you took your motor off, I can turn this freely by hand, and this will tell me, well, this isn't binding up. To put the motor back on, we want to put the auger in the, what I call the home position, because the small straight up and down, we have to line it up with the holes here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the motor assembly back in, placing the feet down into the tab, lining up the auger, and snapping the motor in. Now we're simply going to plug that back in. And then what we'd want to do is we want to test that selection again to make sure that that's vending okay. Now to test that selection again, we're going to have to put sodas back in there, put drinks back in it. And we'll put 3 drinks in here. And that's going to activate the sold out switch. Then I'm going to come up here again, hit test mode. And I'm going to scroll till I get to the selection area of the service mode. I'm going to hit D2 and make sure that that vends okay again. That's how you replace a motor on the drink section of the HF 3500 combo. I'm now going to show you a section of the drink portion of where the airflow comes up into the cabinet. If you'll notice, on the 4th selection from the left, count 4 selections over, down below that selection you will see an opening. And right here's that opening. This opening right here is where the airflow from the compressor unit comes up into the drink box. Located here is a fan. This fan, if it makes a noise or if you have a rubbing sound on that fan, you simply want to make sure that that fan is not rubbing on the housing of the area. If it is, you simply adjust that fan so it doesn't rub by moving the fan blade. One of the security features on the drink portion of the machine is right here. You'll notice that this anti-theft kicks back and covers so someone could not reach their hand up underneath and pull on the soda. It'd still be pretty tough to pull them past that metal bar, but even so, what happens is when they reach through the front door presses this back and stops them from reaching their hand up underneath there.